Hello and welcome back to another episode of Wisdom for the Weekend. So if you're joining me for the first time, these very short segments that come out every Friday are either inspirations from me or something that I've read or something that has inspired me throughout the week. And I share those on Fridays with you. Last week, there was no Wisdom for the Weekend. There was an illness in the family. My father has been in the hospital, and he's still in the hospital. And it's been a very challenging and emotional week. And I really went through something that I hadn't been ever. When I walked in to the hospital room to visit my dad one day, and found him slumped over in complete respiratory distress. And I went into full ER nurse mode and called for respiratory, and thankfully had all of my accoutrements with me and my stethoscope and my pulse ox, and I was able to evaluate what was happening with him. It's a very scary moment, but I at times like that, I've worked in the ER for a long time, and it's sort of my background. It's emergency medicine. You have to push all emotion aside. Emotion doesn't come into play when there's an emergency situation or a trauma that comes in. So I went into full ER nurse practitioner mode, and dealt with the situation at hand, and had family started to come to visit, and I had been hanging in there every day I'd been in the hospital and evaluating him and really being kind of like a hawk watching over everything. So he was in this state, and we started having family coming to visit. It was the weekend, and everyone was a mess. And I, being an empath, it's difficult for me to watch people upset because it creates emotion in me. I already had emotion going on big time, and so it was hard for me to keep it together. And I literally lost my shit on Sunday night. He is doing a lot better. Thankfully, thank Goddess. He is doing a lot better today, and I'm heading to the hospital now. But wanted to give you a quick update, and wanted to just say, you can't be strong. I'm only human, and so to be strong throughout this time was very difficult. Knowing medically exactly what was happening, things looked very dire, and I was preparing for the worst. And my brother had not been able to be there on this very emotional day. He came the following day, which was great, and it kind of gave me a little bit of a break to eat an actual meal and wash my hair. Because I had really neglected myself for the week, knowing that I needed to really be by his side, because for me it was a matter of life and death. So I wanted to just share that with you, to know that it's okay to lose your shit when you have to lose your shit, because it is hard to be one of the strong ones in the family. And if you if you keep the emotion in, and you guys all know that I talk about not keeping emotion in the body, and to dance it through or cry it through or whatever it is that you need to do, but do it. I couldn't hold it in anymore. Being a strong, medically educated woman whose father is in dire straits, emotionally I had to kind of keep my shit together, but I couldn't anymore. And I sort of sent out an SOS to some local girlfriends, and 3 of my girlfriends from New York City drove up to Connecticut to be with me, which is exactly what I needed. But I reached out to my sisters who were there for me, which is awesome. I'll never forget that. Because you kind of need someone that's not attached to the situation and also crying with you, because family is nice to have around. But when everyone's emotional, it just makes the situation, like for me, forget it. My empathic side was just like, I was crumbling. So losing your shit's okay. I don't think that's weak at all. I lost my shit. It was fine. I called my girlfriends. They came. And he's doing better. So if you're going through something now or feel like you can't lose your shit because you need to be the strongest one, like forget all that. Okay? Think about you first, because not only will it create issues in your body, stress, blood pressure issues, and all of these things, because you're already sort of neglecting your body when you're going through something like this. You know, hospital food, I can't eat. It's gluten-filled garbage. And I don't have girlfriends that are right in the area to like bring me lunch from Whole Foods or something. And for me to have packed something, like forget it. I was running out the door to get to the hospital. So, you know, I brought some protein bars and water and some bulletproof snacks to keep me kind of going. But, you know, emotionally, it's okay to break down when you have to break down. And listen, break down and let it out, because if not, that's just going to fester inside. And reach out when you need help. I'm someone that, I'm like, I got it, I can handle it. Don't worry about it. I can be like that. So reaching out, and I sent out a massive SOS. I got a beautiful response back, and because I needed someone physically there. I needed someone to, hug me through this. So before I get emotional again, have a beautiful weekend. I'll keep you posted how my dad is doing right now. He's doing great. And we continue to pray for him that he pulls through. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.